Was this the prettiest of games? No, but what matters is the result, and that's been the emphasis since Conceição has been appointed as Milan manager. And this is the reality of the situation, guys. Right now, Conceição is trying to stabilize a ship that has tons of holes in it. And we still see some of the bad habits in this team that we've seen in the previous regime. And we saw it a little bit in this game where we were not direct in front of goal. You saw loads of times where we would be in the final third towards the opposition box. Then we would stop, make vertical passes, trying to switch the play, and just recycle the ball until we can cross the ball into the box. And it's frustrating because you're playing a team in Hellas Verona who has the worst defense in the league. So why aren't we able to capitalize and challenge and create clear-cut chances? Because we had 73% possession, but only 3 shots on target out of a total 18, which simply is just not good enough for Milan standards. And in the first half, I think Conceição was trying to test the waters a little bit to try to see what Hellas Verona would try to play or maybe throw at us. But once Leao and Gimenez came on, we really started to look a lot more threatening towards that opposition goal. And Kyle Walker is great and everything like that, and what he offers you is a great defensive presence, solid leadership skills. But Alex Gimenez came on, and he was that offensive threat on that right-hand side who has great dribbling skills, and that pre-assist to Leao kind of encapsulates his ball-playing ability and his IQ in the final third to deliver a pass like that. And he's doing this all the age of 19, which is kind of crazy. We didn't get to see much of his defending ability because Verona only had 27% possession, but we all know his defensive abilities are not at that level of Kyle Walker, obviously, and that's the only kind of caveat I have with a player like Alex Gimenez, but I think he'd be great as a wide midfielder. To incorporate Gimenez, I think you do have to sacrifice someone like a Kyle Walker or a Christian Pulisic, which I'm just not willing to do, to be completely honest. But you can utilize Alex Gimenez in moments like this where you need to unlock the attack, and in certain moments like he did in this game with the things that he offers. And once again, Rafael Leao is a topic of discussion, and fans grow frustrated with Rafa, and I get it, because this is the Rafa that we want to see. We always want him to get on the score sheet, whether that's a goal or an assist, but he came on and he was that difference maker in today's game. And obviously, Alex Gimenez played a great pass, and he was a huge part of Leao's assist, but Leao still had a lot of work to do to get that ball to Santi, which we'll get to later. But this is a Leao that we need to see. Someone who is directly involved in Milan's attacks. Someone who is constantly giving defenders a hard time. So we're hoping that Rafa can kind of keep this momentum in these next couple games, because we got a big fixture list coming ahead, which we'll get to later. But Santi Gimenez is a striker that I think will thrive in Milan as long as he gets the service that he needs. And in that sense, he kind of reminds me of a Giroud type player, where Giroud was always in the right space at the right time, and I think 7 out of 8 times out of 10 Giroud would back his chance. And now Santi has 2 goals in 2 Serie A games, and he shows that he is more than capable of finishing his chances when you put him in those positions to score. And we're seeing that at display, and we saw that in this game. And a player that is making their weekly rounds on Twitter is Yunus Musa. And in this game in particular, I thought that he did some things that I did like, and that was he made this team a lot more balanced, and we were able to hold the ball, we were able to keep control of the game. And I mentioned in the previous video that I'd like to see Musa in this team because of what he offers, and it is that balance that we needed in the Feyenoord game. And I think the Fantastic Four maybe would have looked a lot better in this game, which was crying for an offensive presence, and I think to be more direct as well. And with João Felix playing as good as he did today, I think it could have been a lot more effective with someone like Pulisic, or even Leao for that matter, on the pitch from minute 1 to kill the game as early as possible, because Hellas Verona was not threatening us all game, to be honest. And I think in games where we need to control the tempo, that's where we can insert another midfielder. And this was the argument that I've been seeing on Twitter, was that, oh, we should have kept Benacer. But guys, the truth of the matter is this: Benacer did not want to play for us anymore. So Musa, whether we like it or not, is that midfielder to be the best option that we play in a 3-man midfield. Unless we see a Bondo, which I would really like to see Bondo play sooner rather than later to kind of see where his level's at and things. But I'm hoping in the next game that we play versus Feyenoord in the Champions League, we can see something similar to that we saw in this game. Controlling the tempo, nullifying chances from the opposition final third, which shout out to Gabia and Tomori, which in this game, it was good to see them back. We haven't seen them in a little while, and this was the duo that we saw in the beginning of the season. So it was really good seeing them. Shout out to them. I thought they had a pretty good shift. But what matters right now in the grand scheme of things is grabbing 3 points, because we saw Lazio drop points, we saw Atalanta drop points, which is great. And at the time of recording, Juventus and Inter still have to play tomorrow. So we'll have to see how that game goes. But on our end of things, we got the job done, which is great. And at this point, it's about getting 3 points. I don't care how we do it, as long as we win. And at this point, we're playing catch up now. And our next 4 games look like this in Serie A. We play Torino, we play Bologna, which is that game in hand that we've been banking on to get us back into the top 4, but it won't be easy. Bologna has been a really tough team, and they've been a great team this year under Vincenzo Italiano. So you got those 2 games, you got Lazio and Lecce. So 2 massive games in this race for top 4, which I think would more than see us get into that spot if we play our cards right and if we take care of business. And I think that we're doing great, having a solid streak in Serie A, only lost once in our last 6 games since Conceição has been in charge. And that loss was against Juventus. So we're doing well by grabbing results, but these next couple games are going to be crucial in that race for top 4 and really to salvage our season. But yeah, also, what do you guys think about the off-white kits? Maybe I'm thinking about picking it up. I wanted to see how they look on the guys in game, but I don't know, they're starting to grow on me. I definitely like the black one more than the red one, so maybe I might cop. I don't know. But guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. What do you guys think about the overall game, and what do you guys think Milan needs to do to improve on in these next couple big fixtures? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. It's been Vincenzo, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao ragazzi.